Hey, Sub, are you messing around with small blocks again? That's a nice house, but wouldn't it be better if you had your own little village? Oh gosh, what about the world's smallest village? Think about it. With all those dangerous pillagers out there, it might be easier to hide a village that's only a few blocks wide, rather than left out in the open. I think the villagers would thank you greatly. We're gonna need our little tile tools again, so grab your chisel and let's get to work. The home of the Testificates is a wondrous place. For a passing survivalist, they can give you the boost you've been needing. Extra food, trading resources, and a place to call home and defend. Since the update, villages have expanded, becoming more sprawling with new buildings and job roles. This means that every building now serves a purpose and is vital to bringing the place to life. Sub is going to start off by investigating the current villages to get some inspiration. What do you think, Sub? There's lots of types of buildings, so you need to make sure that you have variation in your build. There's smaller and medium houses, with some entirely cobble buildings scattered around. Most villages only have a few buildings, but because Subs is going to be so small, he can fit in lots of stuff. Every village has a central piece, like a well or a decorated tree, and Sub wants both. Sub is gonna start off with a foundation. A few blocks should do to begin with. Any normal village has a path running through the center, creating streets. Sub is using some colored blocks to mark the trail. No village is complete without housing. So let's go over the specific buildings that Sub has added. For their sleeping pleasure, Sub has added a bunch of small and medium-sized homes for the villagers. Inside each is a small bed and various decorations. Why not add some trees too? The blacksmith was tricky for Sub to get right, but using some gray-colored chunks, he could create a realistic-looking mini-forge, perfect for any weaponsmith or armor crafter. Sub wants to create a place of worship and knowledge. He has decided that he wants to copy the church design, but improve on it a little. He's creating a large cathedral for his village, with a spire that shoots up above everything else. For reading material, visitors can head into Sub's handy little library, fit with bookshelves and reading tables. Villagers can be curious creatures. In fact, some villages contain a potion brewing house. Perhaps a local brewmaster will want to stay in your village, Sub. You should throw one in, just for good measure. The base blocks for the majority of the village are grass blocks, but we've also utilized tiled dirt in certain areas to create realistic-looking farmyards. Sub has also added some small crops and foliage to each farm to create a more natural environment. No village is complete without a trading market, so Sub has created a district just for that. Using different colored wool chunks, Sub can create really vibrant-looking stands for the village shopkeepers. I'm sure all the villagers would love to rest here. He's even placed a signature bell that appears in the center of the village. And now you can alert everyone to the danger of approaching mobs. Here, Sub has his own little well, and has even made a little pool of water. Nice going, Sub. On the edge of the village, Sub has added water source blocks. The village sits by a small river, but to anyone living at this scale, it would look like an ocean. As such, Sub is preparing some wooden docks with some ships for long expeditions across the perilous waters. Sub wants to add some variations to his village now, with various surrounding blocks. But what else does the village need? How about a wall? Villages need protection after all. Sub has created some small pens to protect the animals, as well as an outer wall to keep up defenses. And now, any defenders can use the walls to shoot crossbows at any incoming enemies. Sub wants to create a small out-of-town area where he can have a festival and celebrate the opening of the world's smallest village. So what's more appropriate than having the world's smallest festival? Waiting until night, he adds a bunch of torches and long grass to create a safe environment. Sub then slowly develops a festival area with tables filled with food and good treats. Now let's go and invite all of your villages to the village, Sub. Put on your friendliest face. Oh gosh, maybe not. Let's take one final look at Sub's village. You've done really well for yourself today. You should be proud. And not only that, but you've created the world's smallest Minecraft village. Perhaps now you should build the biggest, but we'll save that for another video. Enjoy the festival, Sub. You've earned it.